Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let me block your blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind, and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
After 13 years of exposing lies in the media, I discovered the biggest lie of all. They want you to think racism is random, accidental, just bad people doing bad things. But what if I told you anti-black racism was engineered, programmed like software, marketed like a product, and designed to survive across generations? That's exactly what I prove in my new book, Us versus the Machine, How Anti-Black Racism Was Programmed, Marketed, and Made to Survive. This isn't another book about what racism looks like. This is the blueprint of how it was built, who profits from it, and most importantly, how to dismantle it. I spent years connecting dots that they never wanted connected, following money trails that they thought were buried, exposing the machine that runs on our oppression. Knowledge is power, but strategic knowledge is liberation. Get Us versus the Machine on Amazon today, because once you understand the system, you can beat the system.
In H-Town, we want news that speaks truth, just like we do.
ADNC keeps me informed and him inspired.
We've been through too much to trust mainstream media. This feels like us.
From the D to the diaspora, ADNC is how I stay woke. We binge ADNC like it's Netflix, but smarter.
They speak on us, but never for us. ADNC does.
No fluff, no filters, just the truth, daily.
From Wall Street to 125th, we're watching our news.
Download the African Diaspora News Channel app today to stay connected to the culture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. Tonight, we're going to talk about a white woman that's speaking about reparations, about her people. And I think we should have a good conversation. We'll see how that goes. Also, thank you for downloading the African Diaspora News Channel app and Google Play and the Apple App Store. Get a monthly subscription if you haven't. It's like supporting us 31 cents a day. If you'd like to do more than monthly, we greatly appreciate it. Help us get to our first goal of 5,000 members. That helps us secure, not only our platform, but help us to continue to grow, ladies and gentlemen. So be a part of that history. We don't have too many platforms that we own, and I know a lot of times people, you got some people that don't want to support things, and then you get upset when social media create rules or they can't say certain things anymore, or maybe they not even be here anymore, right? If we leave all our platforms in the hands of the folks, then they can do whatever they want to do because they own these platforms. Like no black person own YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The folks own that. Or TikTok or Facebook, any of these platforms that you like people at. So we have to support our own, okay? We have to do that. So thank you for every person that has supported and continue to support us. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that. I really do. I won't take too much of your time tonight. I'll get right into it. You know how I'm trying to do things now. So let's go ahead on and get into it. Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Johnson. I appreciate you. So that a lady that I saw her video, and I said, let's have that discussion. All right, so let me get this video up so y'all can check it out yourself, and let's go ahead and have this conversation. Then we'll get back to the SNAP thing too before we wrap up.
Every economic problem that we're facing in this country right now, student loan debt being just out of control, the government shutdown, SNAP benefits being cut, health insurance premiums about to go through the roof, your rent going up, your pay stagnating, groceries just being astronomical, is because reparations were never paid after the Civil War. Let me explain. After the Civil War, the Union, the North won and the South was defeated, but the South was never punished. The Confederacy lived on in the ideology of the people, of the white people of the South. Reparations were never paid to Black Americans. They were never really, truly given the opportunity to pick themselves up by their bootstraps, to rise up and become equal members of this country, equal citizens. They've been fighting for their equality since then. They've never actually truly achieved it. So when white people hear a promise from Donald Trump et al. That we're gonna run the country like a business, to them that sounds appealing. They're like, oh yeah, because you know what? I'm a business owner. I own this country because I'm white. When Black and brown people hear, well, we're going to run the country, run the government like a business, they understand what that means because they've been dealing with it for centuries. White people think that they are on the side of the owners, the masters, but they're not. Most white people have more in common with the Black and brown people that they look down upon. They are closer to them in the economic tax bracket than they are to the white billionaires whose asses they kiss. But listen to them glazing billionaires, especially on this app. I make $50,000 a year, but I have more in common with Jeff Bezos than I do with George Floyd. Bullshit! The only reason the lie of let's run this country like a business appealed to you is because you thought you would benefit. And now here you are. Now here you are understanding that when they say we're going to run this country like a business, that means they're going to profit off of your ass. That means that if you take $100,000 loan out to go to college, you will be in debt to the federal government until the day you fucking die. You borrowed $100,000, prepare to repay $300,000 because they're running the government like a business now. And guess what? You're a customer, not an owner. The government exists to serve us, not to profit off of us. And we will continue to have these problems until y'all get your fucking minds right.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Listen, some white people are actually waking up to today's shenanigans, right? And I give her a shout out for that, for talking to her people. See, that's what I liked what she did. She talked to her people. She wasn't trying to talk to us. She wasn't trying to tell us, oh, I know what we did. No. I've said that many times before. Don't come talk to us about anything. You need to go talk to your fellow white brethren about what they have done. Now, the interesting part was she was talking about that they really think they align with a Donald Trump or a Mark Zuckerberg or Jeff Bezos. They really think they align with them because they have the same skin color, but those people don't like them. They don't. In European history, the kings and all the wealthy never liked the poor whites. They couldn't stand them. They look at them as just an end to a means. That's it. They want their money. They give white people, listen, and this is the crazy part. They go vote for them and support the billionaire class, and yet the billionaire class screw them over, and they cool with it until they suffering. But say, hey, we all white together, right? We're white. And hey, you don't want them black people to have that snap. So let's vote for this guy. He get rid of it. Yeah, let's get rid of it. And then more y'all on snap. More y'all on snap. So you'll go vote for a guy that gonna get rid of what you're on. Just because you're white. That white thing is what gets you in trouble. It really do. Like, maybe y'all should probably start abandoning that white supremacy. Maybe you should abandon that. Because at the end, it's screwing you over. You know that ballroom that Donald Trump is building? Well, he's tearing down the east wing of the White House and he's doing his new ballroom, right? None of you MAGA supporters are going to be over there with him. It's going to be all his billionaire buddies. They're going to marvel at the new ballroom. It's going to be his buddies from overseas coming over, different leaders. And, they're going to be kissing his butt and stroking his ego, because he loves that, right? He's a narcissist. But none of you in rural anywhere is going to be at that ballroom. Like MAGA people, who believes in white supremacy. They say it costs $6 billion to fund SNAP for the month of November. He sent $40 billion, 40, more than 20, to Argentina. Now, if you got $40 billion to send to Argentina, sound like you had some money to shore up the SNAP program for several months. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. Like I said, I'm not the biggest mathematician, but yeah, he had the money to do it. And listen, but y'all want to go with all these different people that you think they're screwing black people over. You're screwing yourself over. I told y'all the other night, every time you do something to think you're going to hurt us, you actually hurting yourself way more than you're hurting us. What kind of motivation do you have in your mind that you will hurt yourself just to make sure you hope for us to get hurt? Listen, was it FDR? Was it FDR? I'm trying to think what president. Let me look up what president real quick. So I want y'all to know exactly what president that wanted to do this. Hold on. Let me look it up. Hold on. Just give me a second. It popped in my head. Hold on. I was typing it in. We try to get educated over here. So something popped in my head. I don't never want to give y'all misinformation. Okay. All right. So originally, President Truman in 1948 called on Congress to adopt a national health insurance program for all Americans. Okay. And then Jimmy Carter tried to do it as well in the 1970s. And they say both their efforts were blocked. It said for racial factors, especially white resistance to federal programs that could empower black Americans, contributed to those blockages. They said simplify the story only because they didn't want black people to get as part of the broad tapestry of political, economic, and institutional and racial dynamics. Now, so two presidents tried to do universal health care, Truman and Carter. And and I know these people, I know them. If black people gonna get it, oh no, I'm cool. I rather suffer. Now with your healthcare premiums that's about to skyrocket, I bet you wish y'all would have listened to President Truman or President Carter, right? And went with universal health care for everybody, for all Americans, right? I bet you right now you suffering, paying insurance. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even be dealing with subsidy. Listen, if y'all would have said, let's do universal health care for all Americans, we wouldn't even have the government shut down right now. So see, the government is shut down because of y'all. You see where your racism gets you? It puts you to suffer. Like that woman was saying. America has lost, they said, $5 trillion worth of income and wealth because of racist policies that harm black Americans. You have hurt your own country, your own GDP, because you don't want black folk to have nothing, no success. Have you not realized when you hurt us, you hurt yourself times 10? Y'all haven't figured that out yet? This white supremacy thing is not working out for you too. You talk about all these militarized police. You supported that. And now the militarized ICE agents is getting at you too. They're not just getting the immigrants. There's a lot of white folks I'm watching ICE whip up on now. But when they're whipping up on us and we say, hey man, them dudes don't supposed to be out here looking like the military. What are they doing? Oh, you blacks, y'all just complaining and just go to work and get out, get out the street and And we say, no, this is not right. This is not right. And y'all white people supported that. Now look at what ICE is doing to some of y'all. Y'all out here protesting for the immigrants, and ICE is shooting y'all in the head with pepper balls. ICE is slamming y'all, pushing y'all to the ground. And we said for years, these police are doing too much. And white America, you supported that. You say law and order, right? Now you getting some good law and order. You see what your racism gets you? Everything y'all dealing with right now, black America fought against it. We fought against militarized policing. We've been talking about universal health care. We've been talking about there's no reason for no American to be homeless. We all should have homes. All of us should have a home. Not an apartment, a home. This country wastes money. Trump sending $40 billion to Argentina. You know how many people that could have been put in a home for $40 billion? That's a lot of homes that could have been bought. Or affordable housing could have been built. You know how much land the federal government has? All this land the federal government is sitting on. All our land isn't occupied in the United States. I hope you know that. You can take $40 billion and actually build affordable homes for Americans. But no, he lied to y'all. He said America first, right? Why he sending money to Argentina? So you cut off sending money to South Africa, talking about America first, but you send it to the white Latinos. That's white Latinos in Argentina. That's not the dark ones. That's the white ones. They don't even get talking about Argentina history, how they literally wiped out the black Argentinians. They wiped them out. Look at the history. And the ones that realized, man, they doing a genocide on us. A lot of them went to Chile. That Argentina is also the country where all the Nazis went to after World War II. Interesting, right? But maybe we read over here a little bit. We like to get a little knowledge, maybe just a little knowledge. But the bulk of your problem has been you. And it's just getting started. It is just getting started. It is not. You think right now is bad? Oh no, baby. You're just getting started. SNAP being cut. And let me tell y'all something about that. Even if they tomorrow open the government back up, do y'all know the strict work requirements that was in the big beautiful bill that comes online November the 1st? If you're not working, you getting cut from the food stamp. A lot of people get cut from them food stamps. Forget your benefits being there. A lot of you will get cut off because of the provisions in the big beautiful bill. Some of y'all didn't know that, huh? So he probably not worrying about it because he know millions of y'all about to get cut off. And Trump don't care if you eat. He don't care. Trump eating, isn't he? That's all Trump work. Trump care about Trump and his friends. That's all he care about. Man, Trump gonna leave the White House with $1 trillion. Watch. Let me tell you something else about Trump. It's funny. I laugh at it. I laugh at it because you know what? Y'all get what, look, Trump is what y'all deserve. That's why I ain't tripping on Trump. Trump said that he was suing the federal government, the DOJ, for raiding him when Biden was in office from Mar-a-Lago. Right? Now he claimed that the ballroom supposed to be played with private money. So he was supposed to be suing the DOJ for raiding Mar-a-Lago. He wants to sue him for, I think, $250 million. Guess who approves that? Guess who approves that settlement? Oh boy, Trump. he can approve his own payment. Oh boy. Oh man, this is funny. This is funny, y'all. This is funny. And like I said, y'all get exactly what you deserve. You get that because that's who you wanted. That's who you wanted. Right there. And that's why I say I'm not mad about nothing he's doing. Not at all. Because whatever he's doing, that's what you wanted. Now, I also saw a video the other day that was very interesting. I think it was a piece of a podcast. And they're talking about the white vote. Very interesting. I think you remember Jamie Harrison, right? He got a podcast, but it was a sister that was on now. She all she studies is voting patterns. And she was saying that the white vote, the Democrats lost the white vote the moment President Lyndon Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act. That's when they lost the white vote and they never got it back. That's how dedicated they are to anti-black racism. Is that and I'm like, wow. So that's what they hate the Democrats so much for. It's not that the Democrats are so immoral, because look at what these people are doing, these Republicans are doing. They are reporting on the gay app, the gay dating app, that anytime these Republicans show up at any convention, the gay dating app crashes. That's how much bussy they chasing at these Republican events. So it has nothing to do with they cool with LGBT, obviously. At least the Democrats living their truth with that one. But the Republicans are running around here talking about they Christian nationalists and all of that mess, but you chasing bussy. But you're mad with the Democrats. See, we have a reason why we mad at the Democrat Party, and our reasons is righteous. Not because a Democrat president signed for someone to have equal rights. No, we talking about, okay, we vote for y'all for all these years and white people haven't. And all we saying is do for us what we have done for you. Pay us our reparations. Give us our anti-black hate crime bill. That's all we talking about. And many other things that we need. But you haven't done it. You don't want to do it. You're still trying to chase the white vote, and you lost it after the Civil Rights Act. You lost it, and you'll never get it back. And then white liberals are still trying to chase the other white people. We can't say all that about identity politics and black people, because what about the white vote? You're not getting the white vote. You're not getting it. The majority of the white vote goes to the conservatives anyway. And that's been y'all problem. I'm not promoting Democrat. What I'm saying is y'all motivation is anti-black racism. And I'm telling you, white supremacy is going to be the end of you. Not us, you. But Lisa, that's what they chasing. That's what they chasing out there. That's what they chasing. I mean, you call it what it is. Look, for real. If anybody's a quintessential person chasing bussy, it's them. Look at their history. Do you know in European history, When they were poor and didn't have clothes, they used to put their boys in dresses. Look it up. They got the pictures of it. They used to put their boys in dresses. Talking about, oh, we poor, we don't have nothing, so you put your boy in a dress? You talking about Epstein? Man, please. Go look at the mess the Romans was doing. And they've been doing that mess ever since. All the way up to now. Yo, I don't know why somebody only pointing that one person out, Epstein. Look at all the people that participate in that mess with them. There's a whole lot of things our people is doing now that we wouldn't be doing if we didn't come into contact with that culture. A whole lot of things. Don't even talk about the stuff going on in Rome and all European history about all of the bussy chasing. Oh, ho, ho. Don't even go there. That's in their culture. That Greco-Roman stuff, that's their culture. Like I said, don't believe me. Just research it. Read it. Read it yourself. I'm not going to come out here and give you some misinformation. They wasn't practicing that in the continent of Africa. Black folks wasn't doing that. And the times they were doing things, it was introduced to them. It was introduced to them. Also, although it was forced upon them. If you ever read the book, The Delectable Negro, and what they were doing in the continent of Africa to them, how they were violating boys and men out there, and ended up taking their lives, and because they used to believe that if they would cannibalize black people, they would get some sort of power from it, and they brought that mess even over here to America. Man, look, go get that book, Delectable Negro. You can listen to it on audio book too. Listen to it. It is some sick, dark things. And listen, you know your history is a piece of crap when you want to hide books and get rid of books. Talking about your history. Notice we as black Americans are out here talking about, ooh, don't look at my history. Get rid of that book because we don't want y'all to read about our history. Thank God I'm proud of my history. Thank God. I'm proud. You say what's crazy is the way black Americans spend frivolously. Well, black Americans are caught up in a system of capitalism. That's why. And I can tell you from personal experience, it's just easy to do. And it takes great discipline to say, hey, I don't need a new cell phone. Nothing wrong with my phone. My phone not broke. And if I am having problems, you know what? If it's cheaper to repair it and keep that phone, well, let's repair the phone and keep it. Now, if it costs as much as a new phone to fix the old phone, then okay, then we get a new phone. Right? You know, we want to buy the latest cars. We want to buy the latest clothes. You know, we you know that how to sell to the Negro thing. We feel better about ourselves with name brands and all of that. That's why, we can be, poor in some ways, but we wearing every name brand out there. We as a community value a person that look good. Oh, he don't dress right. She don't dress right. That's what we value, unfortunately. And my thing is that keeps you broke. You're paying for cars that you don't even need. Do you know what the top vehicles are? Some of y'all get money, y'all go get Mercedes Benz. I see a lot of you with it. So I know what I'm telling you. I see a lot of you with it. But your top vehicle, based on reliability, based on just being an overall great vehicle, Lexus is number one. And then, Lexus, Toyota, Honda, GM, all them, Mercedes-Benz, none of that is not even in the top five. None of them. Now, let's say you want a Lexus. That's fine. That's considered luxury. Let's say you go get a Lexus. Go get an older Lexus. Don't go get the brand new one. Hell, get you one that's maybe no more than 4 years old, maybe 40,000 miles on it, something like that. Because don't pay depreciation. Like when you got a brand spanking new car, the moment you cut it on and drive it off the lot, it loses a bunch of money. You can go turn that car in the next day and try to sell it. You will not get the money that you would get from that. Now, millionaires do not believe in putting money into things that depreciate that fast. So that's why they all go get used vehicles. They already suffered the depreciation loss. You understand? But we as black folk, we go get G-Wagons and we go get this and that and the third. Now, I understand if you're playing a tax game, I know why some people will get a G-Wagon. But most of the people going to get G-Wagons not playing a tax game. Okay? Well, they can write off the G-Wagon because it's 6,000 pounds. Because anything 6,000 pounds or more, you could actually write it off on the business with certain transportation. Yeah. Lexus, Toyota is solid. Honda good too. Honda's good. And you look at the Asians, they don't drive nothing else but that. Lexus, Toyota, Honda, Subaru. You know, that's an Asian model. They don't drive nothing else. I'm with the Asians because I don't drive no American car. I refuse to. They're not made like the Asian cars. They're not. But anyway, You look at. I remember when a brother was talking to me about the manufacturing jobs just the other day, and he was saying how all the manufacturing jobs left America to go over there to China, Vietnam, and all them other places. Now, if you look in the 1970s, China was a third world country, third world, because they wanted to get things cheap and took jobs away from a lot of black men. Would get those factory jobs right out of high school with benefits, and they would provide for their families, have homes, etc. on one income. The wife could stay home and take care of the kids. You understand what I'm saying? They took all those jobs away, sent them over there to China or whatever. Fast forward to 2025, China is not third world no more. China is tip top on just about everything, and they would not have gotten there if these people in this country and their white supremacy and greed, they made China what it is today. Their greed made that happen. So see when some white people talking about, manufacturing can come back, it's not going to come back. I don't care what these people tell you. Trump and his buddies like that cheap Chinese manufacturing. And I tell you what, I deal with some Chinese manufacturers on some certain products that's needed, and they got the best deals. Look, give you an example. You can't beat this either, because China's like the Walmart of the world. There's these certain stickers that my wife needed in America for 100 or 200 stickers. I think it was like $100 or something like that. In China, the same sticker, same quality, $150, you get 5,000 of them. Then the dude hit me up. I got to respond to him. Hey, man, with shipping and everything, I give you 10,000 of them for $210. That's what shipping. $210, 10,000. If I go get 10,000 right here in America, I'll go broke. When I go broke, I'll be spending a whole lot of money unnecessarily. You can't compete with that over there. You can't compete. And they know that. They can't compete. And they created that competition because they wanted to take jobs away from American people, definitely black men, because that billionaire class was greedy. They were greedy for money because they only got to pay them $1 a day. Over there, I got to pay these people a decent salary. Now nothing is made here. No. NAFTA nuked the last part of it, but the factory jobs started leaving in the 70s. That's when they start leaving, really leaving. I remember at one point in time in this country, you didn't want nothing made in China. When you get something in China, it used to be the most horrible thing. And now, like, they fixed their issue, and like now China makes some of the best things. But all that issue that you see today with them, with the China thing, with all the issues and problems about universal health care, everything is so high. And then it's the thing. They're not even smart enough to say, you know what? Let's pull back on this spending. Let's not spend with these people. We're going to force them to lower these prices. We're just not going to buy. They don't say, you know what? Don't buy no new cars. Don't buy no new phones. Only buy clothes that you need. If you really want to stick it to them, go buy clothes from the Chinese manufacturers overseas. Don't even buy it from them here. If you want to stick it to the corporations, right? Piss them off. Everything these people have done, criminalizing black folk for no reason. Now they getting criminalized. Accusing black folks of doing things without evidence. Now Trump is saying Antifa is a terrorist organization. No evidence, no nothing. And we know that's white folk. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Right? But we talked about them accusing us of things that we haven't been done. Oh, they wouldn't be accusing you guys if you guys wouldn't commit crimes. They wouldn't be saying that about you. They're not going to make things up on you. Well, now look what's happening. So that woman was right. Every economic problem and any other problem in this country is because of you supporting white supremacy. That's a white person. And unfortunately, as black Americans, we have been the victims of that. But now, as they say, you're getting a taste of your own medicine and you're not liking it. See, it was all good when we were suffering because of it. But now you're suffering because of it now. And now you're going to take the pain of what the system that you created. See, I said a long time ago, paying reparations actually will help you way more than it help us. That's why you should pay reparations, because it will help you. You fight about reparations, fight about this. And the woman said about the Civil War, too, about how they didn't punish the South. That's also y'all problem. Y'all didn't eradicate the enemy after the Civil War. Y'all listen, every last one of them Confederate generals should have been out of here. Anybody related to the Confederacy should have been out of here. Made an example out of. And y'all didn't do that. The South still has some of the most ignorant of the ignorant. They do. And the crazy part is they're not successful people. A lot of them are poor and destitute on SNAP. Missing teeth. Some of them looking like the hills have eyes. In these enclaves. But them same people that look like the hills have eyes are go think that you in line with Trump and them. That's funny. That is funny. Then you have some of them on SNAP. Let me play what this woman here gonna say here. She on SNAP. But y'all always talking about black women. Man, hold on. Let me play this real quick.
We all know that SNAP benefits are ending for the month of November for many, many people because of the government shutdown, and these comments on people's TikToks about it are making me fucking sick. So let's talk about it, because as somebody that's on SNAP, I want to clue you in on something. Hi, my name's Kat. I'm a single mother of a 3-year-old. I'm a full-time student, and I'm a full-time employee. I pay rent.
Okay, she's a single mother. Let's recap. She's a single mother. Now, when black women are single mothers, they demonize, right? She's on SNAP. She says she got full time, but she's on SNAP. But yeah, she got her nails done. Okay, well maybe them nails being done, that could have went to some food. I just want to point that out. So she can be on SNAP and not be demonized. But if a black woman has a 3-year-old child, got her nails done, is a student on Snap, the black woman be so demonized. I want y'all to see, like, don't demonize black women for being on any government assistance at this point. Okay? The one thing I'm loving about this situation is showing who the real welfare queen is.
I pay $300 a week for daycare. I pay bills. I pay everyday expenses. And I'm on Snap. I'm on Snap. And that allows me to be able to go to school, to get a career, to not have to be on Snap, so I can provide for my child and myself without struggling. Snap, everybody on Snap, like, all these comments are like, get a job. Oh, I get to work a job to provide for my family. Don't be lazy. We're not lazy. We're struggling. And I understand that a lot of you folks don't know what struggle looks like, but it's hard. And I understand a lot of you folks have never gone through a hard day in your life and think that because you were handed down money or because you're having to fork out a few extra cents to help somebody in need who's trying to be better isn't your job. But I bet you're probably the number one person that claims Christianity too. I'm just sick of the comments, bro, because this is gonna affect, you're gonna have kids that go to school hungry. We're about to have children who go to bed at night with empty stomachs because of all of this BS. And there's people sitting on here happy about it. Like, somebody else's struggle brings joy to you. Like, that says more about you than anyone that needs a little assistance. Maybe you've struggled before and you were just too prideful to get the assistance. But this is allowing me personally to get to a point where I don't have to struggle. Because without it, I would have to work 60 to 70 hours and wouldn't be able to go to school or be around my child just so I could make sure she had food. That's just food for thought. I literally will not miss a reply to a comment about something ill towards somebody on Snap or about Snap benefits being gone for the month of November, because it's ridiculous.
All right. So she admits in the video that if she would work 60 hours a week, she would need food stamps. But she said no. She said she gonna get it. And yeah, she has her nails done, and we know them nails cost money. She got American flag nails and all that. Okay, all right. You know, I see one of y'all say she look like an executive. Why does she look like an executive? Because she white? I'm trying to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? What does an executive look like? Just saying. Yeah, the real welfare queen is not black women. Okay, so I don't want to hear no black folks demonizing a black woman about anything, about any program that she's on. Because the real welfare queens, y'all talk about, well, you on welfare, you on food stamps, but you got your hair done, you got this done, you got that going on, and so do the white girl too. She got her nails done too. She got her hair done and everything else too. My thing is to be equal about it. If you gonna get on the black woman, get on the white woman too. Michael say, Phil, is that the Boule are called Greeks? Yeah. You know, I think I made them mad some years ago. And I'm like, I said, how is it that you're a black person calling yourself a Greek? I said, wouldn't you want to call yourself, at the time, I said something maybe African or Black American or something to that effect? Why are you trying to call yourself a black Greek? So you align with white people? You know, Greeks are from Greece. I said, that's weird. And they were mad at me like, oh, hey, he's being super black and all that. I'm like, why do I got to be super black? I'm just asking the question. I don't align myself with no European anything. I don't have to be super black for that. Just a question. But do you? Who am I? You said that because she's white, you think that, and the way she speaks, not raunchy, not loud. That's what I'm saying. What else? A lot of black women who aren't raunchy and who aren't loud. Not all black women are raunchy and loud. Trust me, I meet them all the time. You know, I mean, there's some are, but there's some white women that's raunchy and loud too. Doesn't mean I think it's a people thing. I mean, I don't look at them but see, the thing is, I have to think where your mind is at. When I see them, I don't see success. At one point in time in my life, when I didn't know no better, I used to think that way about them because I just didn't know no better. I didn't have the education. But once I really got educated, they don't have no money like that. They be perpetrating a fraud. They really do. They are the kings and queens of government assistance. They just don't want us to get it. I'm gonna never forget the video I saw. One of them in I think people was mad too. She was in Costco, but you can use food stamps in Costco, and she was stacking her cart up full of stuff in Costco. You know, Costco is costly, and she go use her food stamps at Costco. She say they will feed her family, and she had a whole man with her too, a whole white man with her. She wasn't even a single mother. She had a man with her. You hear me? Her husband, and swiping that food stamp card. I say, how in the world that happened? I was like, when it was black folks, they was going to the house and making sure black women didn't have a man. But they can have a man. But you know, I noticed that too. Is that when these other groups get food stamps, you know, or whatever, they was at the time when they started all that, they'll go check black women's house to make sure they ain't got no man living there. Going in the house, checking closets, checking everything, make sure a man not living there. But these other groups, they didn't tell them nothing about a man. Cause white folks was on food stamps or at the same time, and you didn't hear about a bunch of white men have to leave the white household so they people can eat. You didn't hear that about Hispanics or anybody else, just black folk. They was enforcing that on. Cause that was a weapon to divide the black family. Because they did it to everybody. Then you have a lot of white women have the same story too about, oh, my father, you know, he had to leave because, you know, he really couldn't afford food and all this, you know, stuff. So we had to get on the program. But if he stayed around, then they would take us off the program. He wanted us to eat, so he kind of just stayed away. And it'd be the same stories. How come we got those stories, but they don't? And then the law was at that same time period where they're supposed to be checking their house too. You say you in Canada and you say they crashing out up there, the folks? Okay. I mean, I'm hearing they angry up there too. I'm hearing that. But hey, my brothers and sisters in Canada, hold it down. Hold it down up there. Don't worry about them. Stay out their way. Now, the difference is what I see in Canada versus here. They don't have no... I think Emma has showed me this many times. They don't know how to respect black people's space up there. Like, what's going on with that? They really don't know how to respect black people's space. Man, black people have an event, and they all flooding the event. I'm like, where they come from? At least in America, maybe one or two maybe want to come in and they with a black person or something, or know some black people. But they just be showing up at events that's for black folk over there. But I'm like, you know, it's no FBA over there. So that's the difference too. It's a lot of immigrants. So, you know, immigrants don't really gatekeep like we would gatekeep something. You know how we are. We may not even say nothing to you. We have to stop what we doing and start looking at you like, who is that? You know him? Nah, like, what, he the police? He feds? What he got going on? Why he looking around like that? You know, somebody approach him like, hey, how you doing? Can we help you? You know, we trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, I'm just here for the event. Okay. You know, you still trying to figure him out. Because you never know with them. You see them roaming in our events, you're like, we going high alert. We going high alert. All right. Ooh, it's overtime. You say, why they crashing out in Canada? They not happy. That's why they crashing out. They not happy nowhere. They're not happy anywhere. And Canada is struggling too. A lot of Canadians, white Canadians, are struggling. They can't get jobs. The economy is bad. Oh, yeah, a lot of white people in Canada are not happy right now. A lot of them. Yeah, just look into it. Emma can cover that for you if you want to know about why they're crashing out. That's her department. That was she at, Canada. But all right, everybody. Thank y'all for coming tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you check out all the other live streams that we'll have coming up. And thank y'all for listening. Make sure you get the book, Us versus the Machine. Make sure you get my new book in Amazon. The pinned comment is at the top of this chat. But thank y'all for listening. We'll catch y'all on the next one.